In the previous video, you learnt about three models of data governance: the proprietary model, the open data model, and the data commons model. While each model has merits, three fundamental critiques apply to all of them. The first issue is that they are too simplistic. They often assume that just one measure, whether it is deciding on data ownership, promoting open access, or establishing shared governance, can resolve all the complex conflicts involving data. In reality, data conflicts involve competing values, interests, and ethical perspectives that cannot be reduced to one solution. Different stakeholders prioritize different criteria. Some focus on control, others on intended use, and still others on compliance or consequences. Imagine your university keeps a record of student information like grades, attendance. Students want their privacy, parents want updates, and teachers use grades for planning. Each group cares about different things. If you follow just one rule, someone's important needs will be missed. The second issue is that they focus too much on fixed structures. These modules over-rely on defining structures to resolve rather complex conflicts. Let's understand this through an example. Vietnam's Law on Data 2024 defines data ownership as property rights, regulates cross-border transfers, and establishes data service categories. However, rather than engaging with transparency, fairness, or societal impact, it focuses on technical and legal aspects like who owns data, who accesses it, and under what conditions. This privacy-centric approach may not accommodate diverse stakeholder perspectives and values or offer processes that guide negotiation and decision-making. The third issue is that they treat data as a simple object, and because of this view of data, that limits governance possibilities to a strict share or don't share framework. They ignore the fact that data itself is not the final goal. Its real purpose is to create impact, insights, and these insights can be generated by multiple parties without physically moving or centralizing the data or sharing it. Newer approaches such as algorithm to the data models like edge computing offer these possibilities. A process-oriented approach addresses these critiques by assuming no universal one-size-fits-all solution exists. Instead, appropriate data governance must consider the concrete constellation of actors, context, goals, interests, concerns, stakeholders, specific data, and technical systems. This process develops, designs, and implements solutions for specific use cases that balance all interests, meet legal requirements, mitigate risks, and achieve stakeholder goals. It is iterative, flexible, brings together expert inputs and stakeholder inclusion, and has strong solution orientation. Three criteria characterize good design. First, the project can be cancelled. This forces organizers to take negotiations seriously and ensure agreements reflect true convictions. Second, results must be acceptable to all involved and affected, with advantages and disadvantages evenly distributed. Third, affected parties must participate meaningfully even without extensive expertise, with processes designed to help them gain a deeper understanding during negotiations. The process model follows 6 steps. Step 1. Bring together initiating stakeholders and find a common understanding of the project. Partners may establish cooperation agreements and file ethics applications. Step 2. Identify and include all necessary stakeholders, clarifying Who needs direct versus indirect involvement? Designing appropriate inclusion formats that neither belittle nor overburden participants. Step 3 is the central iterative process. We will examine this in detail shortly. Step 4. Prepare for implementation by creating information materials, contracts, informed consent declaration, work plan, and schedules. Step 5. Accompany the project through introductory or accompanying workshops, ensuring data collection, processing, and use are monitored and addressing questions before they become problems. Step 6. Complete the governance process through evaluation and shared learning. This includes final workshops, scientific and practical exploitation of results, and data deletion or anonymization. Shared learning empowers stakeholders to tackle larger, riskier projects together in the future, building confidence and trust. Now, let's examine Step 3, the heart of the process. Step 3 incrementally and participatively finds solutions integrating all dimensions, that is normative, organizational, and technical. The goal is a consensual processing design meeting all stakeholders' interests, needs, and expectations. Begin with an initial processing design, perhaps a rough idea, clarifying data involved, objectives, and required technical systems. Then, add protective measures by consulting experts from various disciplines, ensuring legal compliance, stakeholder protection, and risk minimization. Next, revise the process design through inclusive participatory co-design formats. Assess and evaluate the revised design for feasibility, risks, and stakeholder concerns. If it meets all the expectations, the process concludes. Otherwise, another iteration follows. This includes reformulation. Stakeholders reconsider the design, fostering new insights and alternative solutions. Often breaking complex design into simpler ones resolves concerns and reduces risks. Then, incorporate protective measures again, revise and reassess. Practical experience shows most designs require no more than 2 iterations before achieving consensus. This iterative approach ensures adaptability and genuine stakeholder inputs throughout the governance process. One crucial distinction in process-oriented governance is creating acceptance versus designing for acceptability. Creating acceptance assumes something is fixed and cannot be changed. The focus is convincing stakeholders to accept it as it is. Designing for acceptability takes the opposite approach. Stakeholders and their values are seen as fixed, while the data practice itself is flexible. The goal is to shape the practice to make it acceptable to all stakeholders. Process-oriented governance embraces designing for acceptability, adapting practices to stakeholders' needs rather than forcing acceptance of predetermined solutions. Next, we will explore the ethical principles that guide these governance decisions.